Okay, Min An, I'm so sorry, sweetie. The time is up. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to stop the screen sharing, but I'm going to send you the questions on your Skype. Hold on. So while you're answering, you could see the questions. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's try now. So remember, Min An, you're gonna have 1 to 2 minutes for this. So don't worry if I stop you. Okay. I'll let you know when the time is up. Could you start speaking now, please?
Okay. When I was 4 years old, there's a little girl moved to my next to my house and being my neighborhood. Uh, Once I and her go to the shopping mall because we were too small and the shopping mall is too large, so we have had lost each other, and I had to find her around the shopping mall. I spent 2 hours to go upstairs and downstairs to find her, but I couldn't find her anywhere. And then uh, after a while fighting her, I came to the security and asked for helping, asked for help. Uh, and then he and I went to the back garden of the shopping mall, and I found her uh, cried there. Mm, then, because very young, she was very young, so she was scared and fear of being alone. After that, she had never gone anywhere without going with me. Then now she's moved into the new place and I miss her so much.
Okay. All right. So now we will moving on to part three. We have been talking, Min An, about a childhood friend of yours, right? Now, I'd like to ask you more general questions related to it in our part three. I only have 2 questions for you, right? First
Yeah.
question is, Min An, is it important for friends or for children to have friends?
Yes, I think is important because uh, friends have helped children to be more sociable and friendly. They will be easy to connect to other people.
Okay. Let's talk about teenagers. For teenagers, do you think they should have lots of friends or just few good ones? And why?
I think teenagers just should have some good friends who are uh, really kind to them because I think at that age, uh, teenager will be sensitive and uh, uh, and don't need to have lots of friends to share their emotion or their thinking.
Okay. Last question for part three. Let's suppose you have a friend who is richer than you, Min An. How would you maintain your friendship with a friend of yours who is richer than you?
I think uh, as a friendship, um, real friendship, money is not uh, important, and we just need to be truly to each other and be kind, uh, and have to trust on the other one.
Okay. So that is the end of your speaking mock test. So, how do you think you did in your mock test? Was it hard for you, Min An?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Which part do you think is the hardest?
Uh, Part two.
Part two. But actually, the part two that I asked, I gave you, is actually the easiest topic among part two. It's about best friend, right? There are some part two that is, the pertaining about building or pertaining about other people, right? Or experiences. This one is the easiest, all right? Now, since we really don't have time, I think um, we will just gonna have some points that I would like to share with you, Min An. I would like to share some tips for you to better speak, fluently in your IELTS speaking. Could you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so we cannot really discuss all of this because there are four criteria. So maybe we will just gonna focus on one, and then I'll just gonna give you the feedback or the evaluation for your speaking demo class or mock test today, right, or tonight. Now let's have the speaking criteria. Are you aware or are you familiar with the four speaking criteria, Min An? You're familiar with this? Do you know this? This four criteria? No. Okay, so when you go for an exam or when you sit for an IELTS exam, most of the examiner will gonna give you the score or your speaking score according to the four criteria. When we talk about criteria, it means standards or skills that the examiners are looking for, and they're based your score, speaking score, from these four standards or skills. Okay, so the first one is fluency and coherence. That would be 25% of your whole speaking part one, two, and three. And you're going to have the lexical resource. When we talk about lexical resource, it means your vocabulary, and that is 25%. And then you're going to have your grammatical range and accuracy. So how accurate your grammar is, and when you say accurate, it means the correctness of your grammatical structures. Your how do you use the correct grammar in your speaking part one, two, and three. And of course, the last would be pronunciation. So all of this four will gonna make up your we're gonna based here would be your IELTS score. So most of them or all of them would be 25%. That will make your 100%. Okay, so for example or for instance, you are good in fluency when we